Hello girls! In this nail correction session, my client has come in after 2 months of wear. Everything was holding up nicely, but we can see an issue with the index finger. The nail plate is dipping down, which is not as noticeable on the other fingers. In this video, we will address two very important topics: how to lift and correct this problematic nail, and how to strengthen nails with a thin layer of liquid gel for better durability. Let's get started. The first step to achieving thin nail strengthening is proper material removal. I'll be using a blue segmented bed on my e-file for quicker and efficient removal. We need to take off the coating almost entirely. This way, we won't overload the nail and the strengthening layer will be thin and beautiful. We're changing the nail shape to almond, and as we know, almond visually lifts the nail since it eliminates the sides that can grow downwards. So, I'm using the e-file to remove the left side of the nail plate, making it easier to work with the file. By the way, this is a great life hack for almond and stiletto shapes, saving a lot of time. Next, we proceed with a combined manicure, using a dry technique while I prepare the nail for reinforcement. I'll briefly mention why it's dangerous to wear nail coatings for too long. We've all at least once been guilty of wearing a manicure longer than we should. What are the risks? Firstly, it places a significant strain on the stress zone of the nail, and at some point it simply can't handle it anymore, resulting in cracks at the points of ingrowth. Secondly, when the stress zone of the nail signals the need for more space to accommodate the growing nail, it starts to expand, which we observe as hyponychium. This condition can be uncomfortable, but it's crucial to remember that hyponychium should never be peeled or cut, as it's the same skin with capillaries. Thirdly, even manufacturers recommend a maximum wear time of 3 weeks, after which the lacquer structure begins to deteriorate. The coating may chip, and it can lead to severe nail damage. Now let's get back to our nails. After cutting the cuticles, we'll apply preparatory products. I usually use a blue e-file, but in this case, we're using a red one because the skin is dry and the cuticles are thin, and using a blue abrasive could easily cause harm. We remove the dust, apply a dehydrator and primer. After that, we apply the base, and it's crucial to choose the right base to ensure that the gel stays in place without delamination. This is very important. I apply the base with a thin layer and cure it in the lamp for 30 seconds. This is usually enough, but keep in mind that curing time may vary depending on your specific lamp. I intentionally didn't remove the index finger to show you how I lift the nail. We choose the top form according to the nail's size to ensure that the ingrown points are covered. You can even choose a size slightly larger because the material will slightly lift the form. We work similarly to when applying gel or polygel for nail extensions. Next, I connect the form to the nail and use the UV lamp. Here you can see how our nail grows downward. If needed, we adjust the material and then send the nail for curing in the lamp. After curing, we remove the form and proceed with the finishing process. I use the same e-file I used earlier. We remove any excess material at the lower part of the nail. We don't have to work too close to the skin because we have hyponychium there. After clearing the bottom part, we use a file to even out the top and shape the nail nicely. Here's how our nail looks after lifting. It looks good and the apex is in the right place. Now, let's move on to strengthening the nail. I've chosen a liquid acrylic gel from my favorite brand in this pink shade. We'll keep this color since the gel is well pigmented and won't be see-through. Now, I'm applying it all over the nail plate. This way, it'll be easier and more convenient to distribute the main drop of material. If you find it difficult to work with the brush from the bottle, you can use an additional brush for an easier application. Next, we place a drop near the cuticle area. Don't take this phrase literally. Follow the steps shown in the video. I've placed a drop and then dragged it toward the free edge. There should be minimal material near the free edge and the main bulk of the product should be in the apex area. Using a fine brush, I pull the gel towards the tip of the nail, sealing the edge. After that, we flip the finger and the gel that has gathered at the nail tip is directed towards the center. Flip the finger again and check for shine. In our case, it looks good. Then, cure it in the lamp for a minute and a half. The main secret to such a thin nail strengthening is not the amount of gel, but the correct distribution of the material. Even a tiny drop like this can effectively reinforce our nail. After curing the gel, if you want to apply color or top coat, as in our case, be sure to remove the sticky layer from the gel. Here, from the side, you can see that we have a minimal amount of gel on the nails. And nails like these will wear beautifully because the material is distributed correctly, taking into account the natural shape of the nail. However, we lifted the nail on the index finger using the upper form. We've chosen a glossy top coat from the Edlen brand. I've thoroughly tested it and it holds the shine on the nails beautifully. Therefore, it's my flagship product now. I apply the top coat in a medium layer, not too thick but not ultra thin either. And finally, here's our result. As you can see, it's really possible to achieve a thin nail strengthening that holds up well. I hope I was able to help you with this video. If I did, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you for watching this video and remember to subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the new content. I'm saying goodbye for now. Take care, beauties!